Bet you stay up all night
Hail,
coming up with
nerds,
that one, eh?
Gabe, aka
Hopefully you got to
Fruitbar
bed by
here,
at
and
least
welcome
2.
back to our Gravity Falls and
Anyway,
cryptid-inspired region.
Pokemon Eclipse is
In
created
the
by Freebie
previous
Art, link to channel
episode,
description,
you
of course.
ran into your sister out in the snowy
And
wilderness
had a good trainer
and
battle.
followed
I
some
don't know if she
rather
would be the
large
rival,
Pokemon
but, you know,
tracks
it's a
to
trainer
your
battle.
cabin.
Yeah, there's some broken glass in that building. I wonder who we'll run into. It's a mystery.
Whoa, look at that cabin. You think the Pokemon just broke in?
I mean, it's
I don't see
possible.
any tracks leading out, so it's probably still in there, right? Should we check it out?
As quietly as you are able,
In
you
the
and your
snow.
sister crunch through the snow and approach the cabin. To your surprise, you see that the footprints go straight to the front door and disappear. Trying the handle, it is unlocked, and you cautiously step inside.
Whoa, look at all this nerd stuff everywhere. I don't see any giant Pokemon anywhere. But look
No.
at these, though.
It's not the island of
Mabel
giant
points at a
Pokemon.
gigantic pair of boots left at the front door.
Oh, and they have
Looking
Pokemon
at the
shaped
bottoms,
footprints.
The
They're the
strange
culprits.
tread seem to match the weird footprints that
I
you've
wonder
been
if this is an
following.
item we can
Oh.
wear.
Those are just my dad's boots.
Oh?
You hear a voice come from up in the rafters. Looking up, you see a teenager.
Oh, hey!
Borrowed them from my dad since I knew I'd be out in all this snow.
it's
Give me a sec. Let me just get this thing that got
it's a
lodged in
love
his feet.
interest that's
With some
overaged.
effort, she
Because it's
wrenches
only...
something free and then flips down.
Yeah,
to the
you know what, I'm
ground.
not gonna go down that path.
Yo, sup? I'm Cordelia, one of the Pokemon
You
professor's
transitioned pretty
research
well into
assistants.
Pokemon.
You two
Nice.
must be the Pines twins, staying with us at the research shack.
You gotta teach me how to do flips out of the ceiling.
In due time, young Nimble.
First, we'll get you a grappling
And
hook.
my twin, who is staring at you like a sweaty weirdo, is Mason. So, what were you getting from up there?
The professor has me retrieving components from an experiment that he went and exploded the other day. So this bad boy flew
Went
all
and
the way over here,
exploded.
smashed through the window, and got stuck up in the rafters. Luckily, my dad had me scaling trees since I was like in diapers, so it was no
In
sweat
dippers?
to
No,
get
in
him.
diapers.
Cordelia reveals the device component, and you can see that this one has a strange ice symbol on it.
Okay.
So cool.
That's one of the
Get
things
it?
we're going
'Cause of
after.
the ice.
Maple, that was hilarious.
No, it wasn't.
We can take it back to Grunkle Will for you.
Well, no can do, Maple.
Why not?
You two seem pretty cool, but the professor said I get a vacation day for each one of these that I can track down.
Well, my nerdy sibling here beat Moose to get the one he had.
Yeah, but it was
I'm
Moose.
Sure they could do it again.
I do love the idea of getting a good battle in, but Moose is a bit of a pushover. If you really think you can beat me, let's freaking go!
Without getting much of a say in the matter, you are
At least to
thrust
show-
into a
oh,
battle
great, well,
against the ice-type specialist,
I brought up
Cordelia.
the A's thing
She
and just like
leads
turn it
with
down and all that jazz.
something
For the
really
best.
pretty. Now, this whole region is going to have its fair share of scary cryptids and monsters.
Yeah, well, cryptids are kind of
It's important
creepy.
for us to get some pretty designs in there too. So, we're gonna be rolling together some
I
of
mean,
the
for
various
goodness sakes, they're
winter
monsters.
woman spirit stories out
Generally.
there.
Not
Our
all are,
primary
but still.
inspiration will be Frau Holly from Germany. This definitely falls more into the
Reminds
like,
me of Frost
children's
Lass.
story side of things, but
Are you sure it's not from
there's still
Denmark then?
some more
Children's
serious
stories that will
versions
scar
of
you
Frau
for
Holly,
life
like
and Disney
looking after
ruined,
spirits of those who
aka
lost
made
to
them age
weather.
appropriate.
But in general, think of her like Mother Winter.
Although I did point
We're
your point
going
of view
just
where
a
it's
bit
like, yeah, but back then
abstract
you
with the
were gonna
design,
die by the age of
but
30.
there
So
is
especially
a
they warn you
section
about the
from one
horrors
her
of life
stories
ahead
where
of time. It's like,
fluffs a pillow and the
I mean, fair enough, I
feathers
guess.
fly out and become snow. So a general pillowcase fabric appearance works well. We've got a pretty unique silhouette, and with the ice crystals even somewhat resembling feathers, I like how this turned out.
yeah,
It's fun.
this looks kind of
Let's
cool.
go
I
ahead
like
and meet
it.
Frillo, the winter Pokemon.
That's nice. I
It
like
is
it.
hypothesized that the northern region of the Hoenn region is as
I
cold
like how it
as it
bounces
is
like that with the
due to the
underbelly. It's
large
cool.
number of Frillo that call it home. They strive to show others the majesty of winter
Oh, this
and
game's
create
got high
beautiful
HP and
fractal
high
ice
speed.
sculptures to
Yeah.
decorate their surroundings. if Frilo
Attack is
likes
crap
something,
though, but
it will
I think this thing's
sprinkle
probably a
fresh
special
snow on
attacker.
it. So trainers are advised to dress
It's got snow
accordingly.
warning too.
Its ability is snow warning, so it brings
Shiny
in
color's
snow
nice as well,
whenever
but I
it
like the
enters
original
battle,
color better in
and the
this.
hidden ability is snow cloak. Now, even though this is a single stage Pokemon, it knows its
No evolutions?
place on the
Eh.
team. As a surprisingly
Setting up
bulky
the
and
ice.
speedy ice type, Cordelia uses it to set up weather and protective barriers on her side before you're ever able to knock it out. Next up,
That was an interesting
Cordelia
faint
is
sound.
a tiny little Numble Waddle Out.
Of course.
Its defenses are boosted greatly by Frilo's preparations, and you are able to knock out this little snowball nonetheless.
Gotta have
Cordy's
summer
last
training
Pokemon is
Pokemon.
going to be much more of a
Oh
challenge.
boy.
though. Okay, we're straying from
Oh,
cryptids
God.
and
Mole
getting into
Man.
a bit more of urban legends.
I saw
with
that
this
movie
one.
and then
I
the
say
teeth
urban legends,
came
but
out
this
the
one
mole man.
has,
It
like,
was
a lot
bloody
of
crap.
serious truth to it. So we'll be playing with the
Might have
idea
been good
of
for its
mole
time, but
people.
now
Now, of
no,
course, there are some
no.
monstrous
It's the B movie
depictions
for
of mole
sure.
people as
Which hey,
actual,
you know, there's
like,
nothing wrong with so
hybrid
bad it's good, but
creatures,
still.
and we'll use a dash of that, right? Since this is a mole, an actual mole.
I mean, if
that
it's
we're
a bad
making.
movie, it's better for
But
MSC3K, so
we'll
they can
really
make fun of it.
focus on mole people as communities that seek shelter underground, either due to
I'm not surprised.
homelessness
Moles
or
were
a
the first
desire for an
Earthbenders, according to Avatar: The Last
unconventional life.
Airbender.
These are
I think it was moles
typically
anyway. It was
reported
some
in
fictional thing.
abandoned tunnel systems
Or
under
generally
major
moles.
cities. So,
I mean, it
with
was
this
bad.
design,
Something
I
like
did
that. They
wanna
were
play up
blind.
the resourcefulness and determined nature with these layers to keep it warm in the frozen depths. Okay, let's go ahead and meet Molunder.
Nice
the
design. I
Hunker
like the original
Pokemon.
color better than the shiny,
This
honestly.
subterranean creature spends
Shiny one
most
looks
of
almost
its
like a
time digging
ice
out
cream.
expansive tunnel systems. They rarely come to the surface and have actually lost their sense of sight completely, instead picking up vibrations using their icy whiskers. Molunder are covered by layers of thick fur and snow, which both protect them from attacks and keep them warm. Its ability is Sheer Force, so that gets rid of any secondary effects on its moves, but boosts their damage. So those claws will be a problem.
Yeah, it's got
And
high
its hidden
HP and
ability
high
is
attack
Icy Body.
and decent
This
special defense.
glacially slow
okay.
mole hits like an absolute
Everything
truck.
else is pretty crap though.
And you have to wait for Frilo's barriers to fade before you're able to do any substantial
Or I just set up
damage.
my fire starter and have
Its
it use
huge
Ember.
claws wreck a good chunk of your team, but after a tense
Then
battle,
again, knowing
you'll
me, I
emerge
sometimes throw my other
victorious.
Pokemon
Aw,
first just to
man.
make it
I
more
knew I shouldn't
epic.
have gone easy on you. Next time I'll actually use a full team, and then your butt is toast.
Oh, crud.
But like
Well,
it or
next
not,
time, either way.
I guess you earned this. Here.
Cordelia tosses
Yay,
over
it's a
the
second
device
not
components.
badge.
The professor is going to be really impressed that you've managed to track down 2, though according to the drawing he did, there are 8 more pieces to be found.
Well,
Cordelia,
you drove 1,000 miles, starts with a single step.
Why is it filled with all this nerd stuff?
I was wondering the same thing. I've never actually been inside. I just figured it was someone's old abandoned cabin. And it definitely does
I
seem
wonder if it's the
abandoned.
professor's
It's all
twin.
dusty.
Nah, be stupid.
But this research and notes, they seem like stuff the professor would be working on. I wonder why he never mentioned having a cabin up here.
Unless it isn't his cabin.
Dun
mean,
dun
maybe.
dun!
This tech feels like
It's the professors from Pokemon Amber.
Yeah,
This was their
look at this.
original
I was
testing
given one of
grounds.
these from the professor back at the research
That'd be
shack when I
something.
started.
Cordelia picks up a couple futuristic-looking
Rotoms.
rectangles and tosses one to both you and Maple.
You two
Rotom
should take
shift.
these.
What?
They're called Rotom shifts. They use some tech that I'm not even gonna pretend I understand to transform into certain useful items.
Like?
Here, watch.
Cordelia pulls out
I wanna be a Pokemon
Rotom
region
shift
with-
of her
modern
own,
Pokemon region
and
without a
after pressing
Rotom.
a couple buttons on it, it transforms
A bike?
into a
Nice.
full bicycle. She returns it
A
to
bike
its
with a
dormant
phone
state
attached.
and then
Nice.
taps
Uh-oh.
it against each of your Rotom shifts. Yours buzzes with excitement and says, "Rotom shift, analyzing data, beep glorp boo. New function added, bicycle."
There, I
But it
transferred
spells
the code
bicycle
for
with a
bike.
Y
You should be
instead of
able
an
to use that
I.
whenever you need to.
And then an
Keep
I instead of a
digging through this
Y.
old cabin, but if Professor
Why
White
is it
is here
spelled
and I'm
like
the one who
this?
Found that component, I might still get a vacation day. Let's all bike back to the research shack. I'll race ya.
You're on, Cordy. Let's go.
You all leave the cabin and book it through the snowy terrain until you are on.
You try to use your bike, but it's snowing out, so you can't. Dang
you
it!
Try to beat them, but a couple new Pokemon get in your way, and you can't risk missing new.
I gotta get
additions
ahead
to
of
your
Maple.
decks.
She's got Pokemon that I don't have.
This is going to be the start of a very fun 3-stage rock fight.
Oh, okay.
Thematically, we're looking at sculpture and gargoyles. But when
got a
you're
goofy
carving a
jerk.
piece of art, you have to start off somewhere, so we get just a block of stone.
It's
Yes,
just a
a
block.
block of stone with some
Blocks!
stumpy
My
legs.
favorite Ben 10
The silly
alien.
part, of course, is the face, which I'll explain when we get to the dex entry. But before we get to that, I have 2 fun facts. One, I wanted a cube design somewhere in the dex because I have a completely unnecessary goal of having some of the Pokemon be the same shape as various dice used to play tabletop RPGs.
Hey,
So
okay.
this is our 6-sided dice, or D6.
That's fine. You gotta go
But I
with your
have
hobbies,
plans
right?
for at least a couple more dice-shaped designs. That'll be fun. It's not necessary. It's kind of dumb, but we're doing it. We're
Hey,
doing
it's
it
fine.
anyway.
It's your region.
And
You
the
make
other
the
neat
rules.
thing about this design,
You don't
that
make.
you'll see
You
here
don't
in a
put something in there
second,
that
is
you
it
give a crap
has
about.
a
What
really
fun are you gonna
bulky
have?
HP
It's
stat,
just a
especially
job.
for a first stage. But
Such a
as it
goofy
evolves and more of its body is chipped away,
I kind of love
while
its
other
face.
stats may go up, its HP stat will
Go
actually drop
down?
ever so slightly as it keeps evolving. Okay, let's go ahead and meet Cubesque, the block Pokemon. When they first hatch, these rock types are near perfect cubes of solid stone with 4 stubby legs. From there, they smash their bodies into their environments in hopes of cutting grooves. No 2 Cubesque are the same, as they choose
So
their
they're the
own
spin of
features.
this region. Great.
Though not particularly pretty, they are quite proud of their appearances. Its ability kind of has to
Rockhead.
be
What else was
Rockhead,
it going to
that
be?
Protects it from recoil damage. It's
And
someone
hidden
who's
ability
just
sturdy
smashing
because
into things.
why not?
And the hidden ability is sturdy.
What else is it going to be?
You see a bunch of these tumbling about a rocky outcropping, just having
Its
a grand
hidden
old
ability
time
is
smashing
pressure.
their
What's this thing
faces
doing
into
with the
one another.
legendary's power?
But as you examine their silly behavior, you notice something dart behind a tree nearby, and you go to investigate. Okay, so this is one of my favorite cryptids ever, just
The
because it
hell?
is so dumb. The Fresno Nightcrawler is something that was just apparently caught on video one night just strolling along
Allegedly.
in California. A pair of them, actually, a big one and a little
There's
one. So that means
always
this
that
does
we
need to
caught
be
this
a
on camera,
two-stage
this
line.
blurry ass footage
But
you
yeah,
can barely
they're-
make
they're
out.
really just legs,
And we
like
never found
ghosty
footage that was in
fabric
higher
legs
quality
going
or been
for a
able to
walk.
make this footage high quality. We
They
swear.
seem to be some
We
type
swear
of
it's real.
fabric puppet, but they're so cute and fun nonetheless. And since we are starting out small, instead of being pants walking around, we get shorts or short pants or underpants. Or
I
whatever you
think this
wanna
was
call
a
it.
Jimmy Neutron episode,
Okay.
except with
It
underwear,
is
I believe.
ridiculous.
No, it
but
was
I do
pants.
love
They
it.
were
Let's go
wearing
ahead
underwear.
and meet Resnick, the short
It's a fun design.
pants.
No, his shiny should have been
This
blue for
rare ghost type
jeans
is
or
still a
jorts.
mystery to those in the Hoax region.
Yeah, because they just
Some
look and see a
believe
pair of
Resnick
pants
to
and go,
be a
what?
pair of haunted underpants, while others are certain that it is actually an invisible Pokemon manipulating the
Mimic
shorts
you
like
much?
a puppet to communicate. They are quite shy, but they have been seen approaching trainers they admire. Its ability is Prankster, so it gets increased priority on status moves, and the hidden ability
Its
is
HP is
Mummy.
crap.
Resnick is very
Then again, it's a
shy,
pair of pants,
but
what'd you
senses
expect?
that you mean
A
no
shorts,
harm
but
and
whatever.
bounces over to you. You'll have to let me know if you would
Like
want
the
to
zipper
add
mouth.
it or any of the other new Pokemon
No.
to your team. After
I
that,
kinda got my fill
you
from last time.
finally
These
make
aren't
it
bad,
back
but
to the
no.
Research Shack. But we'll pick up from there in the next episode.
Hey, we're back. I mean, hopefully
Be sure
we've
to
got
leave
some
a like,
Pokemon that
comment,
Maple
and
doesn't.
subscribe if
Maybe
you are
or maybe at least
enjoying
make it
the
more
series.
even. I
There
do
is a new
love, I
puzzle
do like the
added to
designs
the
and all that
Discord
stuff.
server,
It's
so
just
check
some of
the
these are
video
just like, nah, I'm not
description
adding
for
it to my
details
team.
on how to join
I like the
Journal
mole
Deciphering
thing and its
Fun.
design. I like the
And I will
not
catch
frost
you in
blast
the
that
next
has a cool
one.
design to buy.
Later,
Shame it's a
nerds.
single stage, but you gotta have some single stages in there. I usually don't bring single stages to my parties because I'm just like, the entire point of you is to get stronger and evolve and get better over time. What good are you if you don't evolve? Okay, maybe that's a little mean, but still. I think you get the general idea. The mold thing is kind of cool. That thing being a single stage is fine. I would just be more of a single stage, just like when they look like weak and frail, and it's just like, this thing doesn't evolve. This thing kind of needs to evolve. It's too bad it doesn't. We just because we said so. Frickin'. I want to give an idea, but I can't think of it. The Girafarig for the longest time. That thing was a single stage. That thing should not have had to wait till Legends Arceus to get an evolution, just so it could be less frail. Stantler for the longest time was a single stage. I think it got one in, again, Legends Arceus, or maybe that was a variant, I don't know. But just like, why is that a single stage? But something big like that mole thing being a single stage, yeah, that makes sense, I get that one. Drunigan, that thing being a single stage. Don't fully agree, I could have used a pre-evolution, still like it overall. That thing makes sense. Tropius being a single stage, okay, that one makes sense. Again, I kind of like a baby evolution just so I can bring it on earlier in the battle and it evolves into Tropius. But it being a single stage makes sense. But generally, I just, because it's a single stage, I prefer Pokemon to evolve. The rock thing, I love it for the face alone. I kind of like, it's just like, it's gonna get more and more frail over time. Oh, you unfortunate little soul. He's meant for carving, not for fighting. He doesn't work that way. And it's a random pair of shorts. What's gonna be its evolution? It gets a shirt? Probably not, but it's a funny backstory thing where that gets at. Just like, we just saw some pants walking around. You what? There are some cryptid stories just like, yeah, I'm sure you did. Like, I believe in some cryptids, but even I have to admit, like, hey, that's a lot of barnacles. Come on, man. I'll believe in Mothman. I'll believe in Bigfoot, but that, no. You're pulling my leg. Moving on. There was some where just like, okay, I might be, you could probably convince me to this one. No. You're not convincing me that there's pants walking around. No. I have my limits. But yeah, still a good episode and cool to see, I forgot the girl's name. But, do you not love it just with the fucking blue vest? She transitioned well to Pokemon. I still prefer her Gravity Falls design to this, but you gotta make it your own, like, legally distinct version, of course, to avoid copyright. It's gonna be based on Gravity Falls. We can't steal wholesale, of course. And overall, she's got a good design. She's got a nice heart and stuff like that. I like her go-get-their attitude, like, I'll go do it myself. And then just going out for doing it just so you get vacation days. Hey. And yeah, she gave us those Rotom bikes that was nice of her, and then we could hopefully get more Rotom forms over time, maybe like a boat and then an airplane or something like that, and get more upgrades over time. Going with the Rotom is a cool way. It is interesting, like, how over time Rotom just like took over and now it's like everywhere. It was supposed to be this legendary mythical Pokemon, and now it's our smartphones. What the heck? It's like that freaking, what? It's like comics are just like, we dreamed of creating the perfect Pokemon, and we succeeded. 3 years later. Yeah, so I put this like ghost into my lawnmower, and now it's my best friend. How time changes. I mean, if anyone's gonna be doing it, it's Rotom. It makes sense. It's just funny, you know. And a Pokemon that worked it, it made sense. So I guess I gotta capitalize on it. Rotom taking over doesn't bother me. It's just kind of funny, you know? And you can use it for good purposes like that, so it has its uses, clearly. Yeah. It's fun stuff, and this was good stuff. Good work for Oopie Art, and yeah, fantastic work once again. And now we're out of the ice region, we'll be heading back to our maid, Grunkle, and see how he feels about all of this. So I guess we'll find out what happens next time. This will upload on Thanksgiving Day. We'll worry about that when we get to it. I don't know. Probably not. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Later.